experts.
So the intellectual temptation is to say, look, we already know everything.
That's right.
If only we also had
The power.
all the power,
Yes.
everything would be just fine.
Yes.
And what's wrong with that view? Why isn't that a sensible view?
One, they don't know everything. They don't know 1/10 of everything. In fact, I argue that they probably don't know 1% of the consequential knowledge in a society.
Consequential knowledge is a concept that runs through this book. Explain that concept.
Knowledge whose presence or absence has consequences, serious consequences. I mean, I was once in a plane that was coming down for a landing in the Ithaca airport, and suddenly the pilot gunned the motor and went up again because someone in the control tower had reminded him that he hadn't lowered his landing gear. So that was consequential knowledge.
Right?
Yes. I was just delighted that person had his eyes open and his mind on his work.
So the notion here is that the kind of knowledge, the kind of consequential knowledge required to prove effective in governing a nation such as the United States with the biggest economy in the world, 300 million people, you can put together quite a large group of professors, and they're still not going to possess the knowledge that would enable them to run General Motors, for example, or to run the nation's healthcare system.
The article is by Nassim Taleb, who wrote The Black Swan. You can Google it. It's IYI. It's intellectual yet idiot. It's the most useful single article I've ever read. Taleb's point is that at least 40% of the governing elites worldwide are people who are really good at taking tests and writing essays, which gets them into really elite colleges where they take classes from professors who are really good at taking tests and writing essays. And so when they take tests and write essays, they get really good grades. So the professor then places them with a judge or a newsroom or a bureaucracy so that they can continue to take tests and write essays. He said the only problem with these people is they don't know anything. And so they could write a brilliant essay on how to change a tire, but if you showed up and said, my car has a flat, they would not know how to change the tire. These are the people. This was the best explanation of what I've been dealing with over the last. It explains 80% of the State Department. These are very, very erudite people who are idiots. They're intellectuals, but they're idiots.